Hello there, in this video we start divining, stop saying divining. Hello there, in this video we start defining the design direction for Nova and how, come on man. Hello there, in this video we start defining the design direction for Nova before we start building screens, so let's go. Okay, welcome back. So in this video it's going to be more of a slide deck and me talking, so bear with me. We're going to cover design direction, so let's start with slide 1. Okay, so why define a design direction? So before we start gathering any inspiration generating UIs with AI, we need to define what we're aiming for, because without a clear direction it's easy to end up with inconsistent decisions and a generic output. So this applies whether you're designing manually or using AI. And the goal of this video is to create a shared understanding of what Nova should feel like before we start building it. Alright, on to the next slide. So Nova at a glance. So it's going to be a simple mobile finance app focused on everyday banking, and we're intentionally keeping the scope small and focused. The core experience centers around viewing your balance, reviewing transactions and moving money around fast. And the target user isn't a financial expert, they want quick answers, not deep analysis. So success for Nova means making those everyday tasks feel clear and effortless. So just to cover these things on our slide, the core experience: view balance clearly, review transactions quickly, move money fast. Target user uses banking app multiple times per week, wants quick answers, not deep analysis, values simplicity over features, and often checks balance on the go. And the goal: make key actions fast, eliminate cluttered UX, and instant clarity on financial position. Okay, on to slide 3. So the principles guiding Nova. So let's start off with the first one. So clarity over complexity. So we only want to show what's needed so users can understand their financial position instantly. Users shouldn't have to hunt for their balance or primary actions. Okay, speed over flexibility. So we want to make key actions fast, even if it means fewer options. Nova is built for people checking their balance on the go, and every extra step is friction. Okay, so using patterns that people already understand. So people already know how banking apps work. So we want to use familiar layouts and interactions to reduce the learning curve and build trust. And lastly, minimal but not empty. So we want to keep the interface clean while still feeling useful and complete. If something doesn't improve clarity or usability, it probably doesn't need to be there. Alright, so slide 4, what we are looking for in the analysis. So this is what the principles look like in practice. So clear banking interfaces make the most important information immediately visible. Balance is usually the primary focus and everything else is going to be secondary. Actions are easy to find and unambiguous. And a good test would be, can a user understand the screen in a few seconds of landing on it? Alright, so slide 5, reducing the visual noise. So calm interfaces don't compete for your attention. White space creates the breathing room and separates information naturally. Color is going to be used deliberately rather than everywhere, and related information is grouped together logically. Consistent spacing creates a sense of order and predictability, and often the calmest interfaces are the ones that feel the easiest to use. Okay, so slide 6, patterns we'll avoid. So clutter, too many cards, buttons, and competing pieces of information make nothing feel important. Dense dashboards, overwhelming amounts of information might work for analytics tools, but it doesn't align what Nova is trying to do. And decorative UI, visual effects should support the experience, not distract from it. Excessive gradients, shadows, or illustrations add noise without adding value. So those are the core things that we're going to avoid. Alright, on to slide 7, so Nova design direction. So these are the qualities we want our users to experience when using Nova. Clear means information is easy to understand at a glance. Calm means the interface feels controlled and predictable. Fast means key actions are always within reach. Familiar means users can rely on patterns they already know. And minimal means we only include what's necessary. And just as important, we want to avoid cluttered, slow, overwhelming experiences that erode trust. Alright, so on to slide 8, the final slide. So summary and next steps. We've now established the direction we'll use to evaluate future design decisions. These principles will help us assess inspiration, review AI generated output, and refine screens as the project develops. So in the next video, we'll look at real banking app examples and start breaking down the patterns that support these principles. The goal won't be to copy designs, it's to understand the thinking behind them and turn those observations into practical guidance for Nova. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for getting to the end. So like, subscribe, all the things, and I will see you in the next video. All right, welcome back again. It's show and tell time today. I was gonna say we've got gooses. They're not gooses, that's flamingos. Flamingo bag of good stuff. It was Father's Day recently, so that's the why. Starting off at the beginning, chocolate cupcake. Winning, absolutely winning. I feel like I'm in one of those poker movies where you lay down the you know, those massive bricks when you're gambling. Maybe it's not bricks, but you get what I mean. But I've got these. Look at that. And extra creamy, apparently. That's a stack, isn't it? Look at that. Man cave cream, what every man needs. And last of all, a refreshing drink. Ooh, Corstons. Love it. So that's gonna be the most epic sugar high ever. So we better book that in. Other than that excitement, it is getting a little bit warm in here. So I'm probably gonna need to lose the hoodie because temperatures are rising and there is no open window in this office, which I don't know why you would build it without a window. Come on. Like, there's a skylight there. It just would have been better with a window. Well, to kick off the rest of my day, I'm having a cupcake, I'm having a hot drink. I suggest you do too. Treat yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. I don't wanna I'm not